Hello and welcome to Spotlight on Sparks. I'm your host, Adam Mayberry. Our first segment is about a swiftwater rescue drill. It's a story about saving lives.
That's good. We'll come down right over here. Yeah. I'll come out there with the console board. I'll try to
Emergencies can take many forms. The Sparks Fire Department trains and maintains 3 technical teams whose members receive additional training in a specific area of need. This is the WET team, or Water Entry Team. Recently, the Sparks Fire Department participated in a drill designed to increase the communication skills needed to coordinate rescues in the water with operations on shore. This real-world exercise integrates engine companies and rescue swimmers to improve communication, which is the key to successful rescue operations.
Communications is very important for us, and coordination between engine companies. In the past we've done a lot of drills. The swimmers, we do a lot of training together, and all the swimmers are excellent at what they do, but we haven't done the coordination with the engine companies and the command structure. And so this is kind of an integration drill based on communications and the integration of all the parties involved for a rescue.
Copy that, shop. We need 2 medic units. 1 Lindale Bridge. We've got 1 victim in the medical attention. Also send 1 more rescue unit down to Rock Park.
The department maintains 3 inflatable boats for rescue operations. Sparks Fire responds to water emergencies in the Truckee River, Sparks Marina Park, and other bodies of water.
The first thing we'll do if we get a call for the river is that the incident commander will pull out a binder that we have that gives flow rates and times on victims or people in the river, and by that we can decide where to set our downstream containment, which is the furthest point that they could possibly have gone in the river based on the water flow, and that closes off our box, we call it. And so we don't have to worry about from that point downstream, they couldn't possibly be there, so it's less that we have to search. And from that point, we'll start our bank search to locate all the victims we have. Our river that we have here has a lot of gradient, and that's defined as a lot of feet per mile that it goes down. So we have a quick moving river, not a huge amount of water flowing, and so we have a fast, shallow river that's very rocky. And the danger there is obviously you're traveling with the water, you can impact the rocks and other things that are in the river that cause injury. But a lot of people think because it's so shallow that they can just stand up and walk out of the river. And that's one of the worst ideas. You just don't want to do that. By putting your feet down, they can get wedged underneath rocks. We call that a foot entrapment, and it can actually break your leg, and you'll be still stuck there dangling off a broken leg in the river. And it's a real hazard with our river. First of all, don't swim without other people there. You don't want to just come down to the river by yourself and go swimming. That's just a bad idea. With our water temperatures that we have, hypothermia is a real possibility and something that can set in really quick. So don't swim alone. If you are going to swim, wear a PFD, personal flotation device, or a life jacket. It just helps you out. If you do get hypothermic, you start losing your motor functions, and you need to have the ability to be able to float so you can gather your thoughts, and then swim. Don't stand and walk. Swim to the shore and make sure that you've stopped moving before you put your feet down.
Sparks Fire has 2 other special teams. The technical team is trained in high-angle, confined space, and trench rescue. The hazardous materials team is trained in fighting chemical and industrial fires. Sparks City Fire works closely with local and regional fire departments. Long before the water starts to rise, the City of Sparks has taken significant preparations to protect people and property from flooding. The North Truckee Drain Project is a critical piece of the overall regional Truckee River Flood Project.
Anyway, just a few short remarks from me. I'm so pleased. I've lived here for 68 years, and it's hard for me to do the math, because in 68 years we've had 6 100-year floods. So I think I look pretty good for 600 years old.
A $35 million flood project is underway to protect businesses in the Sparks industrial area. Phase 1 is realigning the North Truckee Drain, moving the water outlet downstream of Steamboat Creek. Engineers expect this to significantly lower flooding levels and backwater breakouts in the Sparks industrial area.
It's all going to be pretty much covered up. The box, it will be constructed and it will be under the roadway we're in right now with an outfall that will go out to the river.
Back in January 1997, the area was hard hit. Floodwaters doing damage to businesses throughout the 2,100-acre area. About 25,000 people work here. The industrial area is a low spot in the valley, forming a natural drain. In fact, stormwater from as far north as Spanish Springs flow into the North Truckee Drain. Making this area safe from floodwaters has been a long-time goal of city leaders.
Yeah, it's been a mission for me since I got on the council in 1999. Like I said, I've been through 6 floods, a couple in the 50s when I was a young boy, one in 64, one in 86, one in 96, and one in 97, and one in 2006. So it's very personal to me. I lived on a ranch about 3/4 of a mile away from where we're standing. And our ranch got flooded several times, and like I said, it's very personal to me, and I'm enjoying watching this happen.
And you know, while I'm at it, I might as well thank all the property owners around here. It took a lot of work from our staff to get them together so we can get the right-of-way that we needed to do this project, and work with us on not closing the road completely, which would hurt their business, and we've done that with the Southeast Connector also. The overall project is $35 million, like I mentioned a minute ago. This project it's so needed for this whole area. If we flood again, we'll lose everybody in this district and they may not come back.
They're currently using a forming and shoring system that is, it's been around for quite a while, but Q&D took it another step and utilizing I-beams for cross members and utilizing a forming system that's called a traveler, which will just kind of like moves forward and moves along. It saves an incredible amount of time, and time, of course, is money. And the excavation is the excavation. However, when they have to put the shoring system together and move it forward, that's where the money's at. Is the shoring system and the forming system.
This drain project is a critical component of the regional Truckee River Flood Project. Phase 1 costs $12 million and is partly funded by the city of Sparks. That's the $5.41 our citizens see on their sewer bills. At work, right here. $4.7 million comes from the Truckee River Flood Authority. Phase 1 will take a year. The entire drain realignment should be done in 2019.
So let me finally just mention the staff of Sparks. These guys have done a fabulous job in getting this project ready, getting it built.
John Kerry grew up in the city of Sparks, served the city for 21 years, and was the city manager of Sparks for 14 years. We're grateful for his service and his dedication to the residents of our city. He retired in April 2014. While his presence will be missed here at City Hall, his legacy will remain visible on the city skyline.
Well, I changed to civil engineering, and that's what drew me into the infrastructure that cities run on. And so much of what people take for granted every day is really behind the scenes. They don't see what's inside the traffic signals, the cabinets, the pipes under the ground. And civil engineering really provides all that stuff. I often say the civil stands for civilization. And I think a lot of this profession has given me an opportunity to use the science of engineering in a manner of art to make sure that we crafted a community that's really has great infrastructure, great parks, great roads, and it's really a pretty special place to me.
Kerry served the city he loved for 21 years and helped shape Sparks to the city that we know today. Kerry's long and distinguished public service career included work as a civil engineer, a traffic engineer, public works director, assistant city manager, and of course, city manager for 14 years.
Got into the first use of computers while in Sierra Vista, and developed a system to time traffic lights using a modem. And folks may not even know what a modem is today, but we were thrilled to have an IBM PC XT that was able to communicate over telephone wires and get traffic signals to work in a sequence. It was quite an innovation. And that took me off to Boulder, Colorado, where I became a traffic engineer. And that 3 years of my life led me to want to become a director of public works, which is the person who runs the infrastructure department for any organization. And I really enjoyed that role. And I call myself a recovering traffic engineer from my experiences in Boulder. But being a public works director has been a very rewarding part of my life. And really enjoyed the opportunities here in Sparks, working with a great team.
Kerry grew up in Sparks, attending Dilworth Middle School and graduating from Sparks High School.
And used to make my way in the ninth grade to go to Sparks High School every day. And I would walk by this building, which was then painted blue, as it is today it's white. And I always wondered what went on in that building. And as my career went on, I became an engineering intern at the City of Reno. And that's where I got my kind of calling into government service. Got a degree in civil engineering and then worked in 3 other governments before getting an opportunity to come back to the City of Sparks as their public works director in the early 1990s. So I guess for a kid who grew up here and walked down Prater Way, I've now found out what goes on in this building.
Kerry proved instrumental in bringing about several improvements to Sparks. Through Kerry's leadership, the Sparks Marina, Golden Eagle Regional Park, and the Legends Mall have all become Sparks landmarks.
You know, the job of city manager has given me the opportunity to grow. And I think that it's given me an opportunity to be a leader and to bring out the best in some of the people that I've been privileged to work with. And I'm a leader of a team. I have a police chief, I have a fire chief, I have a community services director, and we work really well together as a team. We make team decisions and we put what the council is setting as priorities first. So being able to be a leader has been a real thrill over the last 14 years, and being able to focus on outcomes. Yes, the day-to-day's got to work, but you also got to reach the goals that are out there.
Steve Driscoll joined the City of Sparks in 1994 as a budget analyst. He became the administrator of the Sparks Municipal Court and was later appointed Assistant City Manager. Then, in March of 2014, Mr. Driscoll was appointed City Manager by Sparks Mayor Geno Martini and confirmed by the City Council.
But having said that, I would like to recommend Steve Driscoll as our next manager.
Driscoll is a credentialed member of the International City County Managers Association and a certified government financial manager. He is currently leading a complete review of all city services and programs.
Well, I'm gonna be on a learning curve for a little while. I have to admit that there are things that I know fairly well. There are other things that I've been involved in, but not necessarily at the decision-making process. But I've helped formulate a lot of those, and then there'll be some things that just really haven't been on my plate at this point, and I'll get up to speed. I've got a phenomenal staff. The City of Sparks is blessed with great people, and so those people are already providing information, and they're getting me up to speed, and I'm kind of back to school.
Prior to his work in local government, Driscoll held management positions in national companies in the area of retail, manufacturing, and technology sectors. Mr. Driscoll is a fourth-generation Nevadan. He graduated from the University of Nevada, Reno with a degree in accounting and holds a master's in business administration from the University of Phoenix. So, just what does a city manager do? Well, let's go behind the scenes here at City Hall to find out. The City of Sparks has a council manager form of government. That means that the mayor and city council make policy decisions, which the city manager and his staff then implement. The mayor and 5 council members are elected in staggered 4-year terms. The city manager has direct oversight over the police department, fire department, community services department, the Parks and Recreation department, and the Financial Services department. The manager's office is also responsible for providing the public with important annual reports, such as the state of the city, the annual fiscal report, and the city's strategic plan. To see these reports or to learn more about the City Manager's office, visit us online. Which ward do you live in? Check out the current ward map. If you'd like to contact your council member, the mayor, or the city manager, you can call 353-2311 or go to cityofsparks.us. Click on the City Council page and you'll find links to email each of your city officials. The Sparks City Council meets the second and fourth Monday of each month at 2 p.m. in the city's legislative building at 745 4th Street, next to City Hall at 431 Prater Way.
As many of you know, we've been working for years to bring a state-of-the-art Imax Theater to the outlets at Legends and to Sparks. Finally, with the help of our friends such as Darth Vader, Batman, and Snow White over here, we've been able to get things going. So it's very exciting to be here today to see construction begin.
Northern Nevada's first true Imax Theater has been a hotspot since opening night.
Well, you know, this is just something we've been waiting for years. It's always been one of the hinge pins of the center. You know, it was never it was never the retail or never the big box or the outlets. It's always been the pieces of the puzzle that come together. This is a big one for us. We're so excited. It's been accepted by the community and by the market. Traffic is stronger than we ever anticipated. Our restaurants are benefiting from it. The retailers are benefiting from it. This mall has a different feel on Friday and Saturday nights than it's ever had before. And from my position, that's great.
The Galaxy Luxury Theater boasts a 75-foot IMAX screen with 3D viewing. Oh, and the sound system that will blow you away. There's no place like it anywhere in the Truckee Meadows.
Besides the IMAX concept, which you see in other markets across the United States, we have the Galaxy Plus concept. It's just a unique way to watch a movie theater.
The luxuries start by not having to wait in box office lines. The new Galaxy Theater in Sparks is great. It's a new concept. You can even pick your own seats, and you don't have to sit through all the previews. I'm going to sit right there. Thank you, Tia. So check out the push-button full reclining power seats equipped with a footrest. You will not want to miss out, and you will not want to get up when the credits start to roll.
Well, we thought that the greater Reno market needed a little competition and a little shaking up, and so we were very pleased to find an opportunity at the Legends Shopping Center in Sparks. This is the #1 center in Northern Nevada, and we want to be a part of it. And then our other auditoriums feature power reclining chairs with footrests, and which are equivalent to a nice lounge chair that you might have in your den at home. And so you can settle into one of those chairs, enjoy one of our beers on tap, have a glass of wine or a margarita, and it adds another element to the movies.
We're going to see that Transformers.
I like entertainment, and the best forms of entertainment, as far as I'm concerned, is a lot of good eye candy. And that's what you get right here. The chairs are great. I mean, the seating, you can't beat it. So I love it.
This one in particular, I really enjoy it, just how organized it is. I can pick my seats out hours before and get here when the movie's actually starting, and I still have the best seats.
I liked how you can recline a seat, because this is the only theater I've been to that actually does it. You hit by hitting this black button right here.
The reclining chairs are really nice, especially in this theater. It's super comfy, so yeah, we come as often as we can.
And don't forget, when you shop and play in Sparks, your tax money helps support your city services. Progress is being made on the economic front here in the city of Sparks. Here's a quick update on the 2014 State of the City Address by Mayor Martini. The economy is still recovering, but Sparks Mayor Geno Martini has a positive outlook going forward. The mayor's recent State of the City address acknowledged the problems the city has experienced during the economic downturn, but his optimism comes from seeing how the city has handled the crisis.
Well, I think the main points that the State of the City address was about is that we're not out of the woods yet. You know, things are getting better, they're kind of stabilizing, things are kind of flatlined, some things are increasing a little bit, but we still have problems with revenues, our expenses outpacing our revenues. So we need to work on that. We're still going to have to make some cuts this year to the tune of about $1.9 million, which we're looking to do. So it's always a battle between revenues and expenses, and you know, we cut as much as we can and work it that way. But again, we're looking maybe to enhance the revenue some way. And the second part is, you know, we're like I said, we're not out of the woods, but we're going in the right direction. Things are getting better. Development's starting to pick up. We're getting some new stores coming into the city. Sales tax revenues are getting better. They're increasing. So things are moving in the right direction.
Well, the council has a strategic plan that's been approved, and we have an active budget. And so our job will be to look at those plans, modify them if they need to be, and then just drive towards completion of those projects. So we have a pretty good roadmap for us right now. And of course, we'll make changes as needed.
You know, people are getting to the point where they're interested in coming to Sparks because they're hearing about the new facilities, new restaurants and things that we're getting in here, and the restaurants are doing well. Some of the properties are doing well. So more and more I hear that we're getting on the radar screen of people that want to move to this area and probably open up something in Sparks.
With the sale of the iconic John Ascuaga's Nugget, the Sparks Mayor and City Council honored the Ascuaga family with a proclamation. John Ascuaga and Family Day honors their significant contributions to our local economy.
Philanthropic generosity of the Ascuaga family has significantly benefited the Sparks community and the Truckee Meadows. And whereas the Nugget has grown and prospered into the city's landmark resort casino and is Sparks' skyscraper icon, and has raised the geographical location of our city. Now therefore I, Geno R. Martini, Mayor of the City of Sparks, Nevada, do hereby proclaim March 24th, 2014 as John Ascuaga and Family Day.
It's a real compliment. Pretty proud of being recognized after 59 years. My entire livelihood for the last 59 been in this city, and to see it grow like it has, it's really a great tribute to what we were able to accomplish.
Thanks for watching this installment of Spotlight on Sparks. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and download our mobile application found at the Google Play Store and the App Store. I'm Adam Mayberry. Thanks for watching.